I had 2 McGriddles, and then they gave me 2 sausage McMuffins. Did you not hear me in the last episode when I explained what I ordered?
I mean, you didn't eat a bowl. I would not have been able to hold myself back. I would have eaten all 4 of them right then.
Well, we know that. Never mind. Nothing.
To be fair, though, it's been. I mean, I don't even remember the last time I had McDonald's. The last time I went there was not for me. It was to get food for somebody else. And I
Fair
went,
enough.
you know, I haven't smelled food that. This food does not smell good to me.
Very fair, honestly.
Yeah.
Here, I'll be right back.
And my entire. Oh, all right. My entire car ended up smelling exactly like, I mean, French fries and whatever else we got for like days after, because it's so incredibly pungent for some strange reason. I don't really understand why.
Yeah, it's got a very specific smell to it. It's like whenever you go to like a pizza parlor or like Subway. Subway's very very specific of a smell.
I was gonna say, well, weirdly, I was gonna say Subway doesn't seem like one of those that has a big smell. I guess it depends on the sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, just like going into the store specifically though.
Well,
not so
yeah,
much
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you take a bag of McDonald's into your car, that whole thing is gonna smell like McDonald's for the next.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a couple of days.
Fair enough. Well, welcome back, everyone.
Right.
It's another exciting, amazing, awesome, stupendous, fantastic. I think it said fantastic already. Astounding. I think it said astounding too. Miraculous, amazing. I think I said amazing. John talks to Lamb. Hey. Lamb talks to John. Whoa!
I was gonna say you're getting better at these, but
I was trying not to double up on words, but
that's kind of
welcome back. Yeah. This is gonna be a pre-recorded episode because the weekend that this one's gonna be posted, I won't be here. I will
Joke's
be in New Mexico.
All of our podcasts are pre-recorded.
Yeah, we actually recorded all these about 2 years ago. So the John that you're seeing now, he's nothing like the one that he actually is currently. The current John, he's already got his abs out, his six-pack, and he started bulking up and everything.
Yeah.
Despite what he said in this pre-recording episode.
Everybody's been telling me, oh, you're really going to like training. No, I don't like training now. All right. I have to motivate myself just to get up and actually do it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Working out is fun, though. I like working out. I think it's fun to just do, not for the purpose of like weight loss or muscle gain, but just to do it. I'm very much. I like to see what my limits are and see if I could push them.
I suppose that's an admirable thing. My issue is the soreness afterwards. I'm okay with it for a couple of days, but I crash. I crash hard. Like I worked out yesterday. I don't feel the soreness until it's starting to creep up on me right now, and we're like maybe
it's usually
24
like the
hours.
Second day when it starts getting bad.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be rough, and then Monday I'm probably gonna have a real painful day, and it's gonna be fine. And I also think I might have slightly injured myself doing calf raises.
Wouldn't surprise me knowing you.
Well, the thing is,
this guy.
I was doing them just fine, like my right foot, because I kind of have to do like one foot at a time now, because if I do both feet, my weights aren't that heavy. They're not heavy enough to do what I need them to do, so I have to do one leg at a time. My right foot, totally fine. My left foot is, I don't know what the deal with it is, and I should probably start doing this exercise with shoes on, because I was doing it without shoes on. Because, working out with bare feet is typically better than wearing shoes because shoes tend to pinch your toes and blah, 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 homeopathy. Anyway, the left foot, for some strange reason, when I was doing the raise, I don't know what it is, but there's like a part of the foot that is it's like a little bit too bony, or maybe it's unsupported or something. And I could feel it kind of just grinding a little bit when I was doing the exercise. I was like, all right, that's kind of not so fun, and ended up kind of adjusting my technique slightly. And I think I ended up using the tendon on the back of my foot, to support myself a little bit too much.
Oh,
and slightly
strained yourself.
Yeah, I feel like I slightly pulled it to where if I do some certain movements, I'm like, all right, that kind of twinges a little bit. But I was really concerned this morning when I woke up and I stretched and went, oh, my ankle hurts. Why does my ankle hurt? Luckily, it has not impacted my walking.
That's
So
good.
that's a positive. That's a very positive thing. Um, I am assuming that there are a lot of injuries that you could sustain that would prevent you from doing your job properly. I really only have about 3 spots that would be devastating to me, and that would be something
Mm-hmm.
like my back. Well, in order of importance, it would be my hands, in particular my fingers. If I injure one of my fingers, I don't know
How
what
can
I'm
you
going to
type?
do at work. Yeah, because my entire job is on a keyboard. There have
Hmm.
been times that I've tried to work like one-handed, super slow. There have been times when I've tried to we went on a hike to Colorado Bend a couple of weeks ago now. I didn't realize that while we were out there, I had sort of clipped a tree that had gotten like a branch stuck in my hair. And when I went and grabbed the thing out, I thought it was fine. But the next day, I had you can't really even see this. There's no way you could see this no matter what I do. But
Mm-hmm.
there was a splinter in my fingertip, like
Oh,
literally on the pad of the finger that in the exact
because you
spot that
used
I
to type.
used to type, to interact
Oh
with my phone,
no.
to push anything. And
Mm-hmm.
so every time I would touch something, it would be just a little prick, a little pinprick of pain. Like not unbearable, but enough that I was like, I hate this. This is awful.
That's terrible.
The problem is it was under the skin and I couldn't get it out with tweezers. I tried to the point where I was like, what if I took a knife and just
And just
made a
slice it
little
open.
slice to be able to
Mm-hmm.
grab this thing out of there? And I was like, let's maybe just ignore it and maybe it'll go away on its own.
Yeah.
But the 3 or 4 days that I was having to work with a splinter in my finger were
That does
just,
not sound very
it
fun.
was so
Sorry, that
so
does not sound
stupid.
very fun. I forgot I was on top of my microphone.
Yeah, it was the least fun. So yeah, my fingers are the most important thing in terms of my work. And then my hands in general. Beyond that, my cousin has gotten wrist. I don't know what you would call it, but he's injured his wrist before while he's like exercising
Oh,
at the gym, and
yeah.
that he said was pretty annoying at working because he's constantly having to use his rest his wrist on the computer or do this or whatever or take a call or whatever it happens to be. So
Yeah.
hands and fingers are our most important thing. To me, the next one is my feet. Well, my ability to walk.
Mm-hmm.
I've injured my knee before doing, I don't remember what I was doing, but the couple of days after that I was walking, like trying to walk on the treadmill while I was working at the same time. And
Mm-hmm.
like every step was ow, ow, ow,
Yeah, I feel that.
ow.
I've done something like that before.
Have you ever gotten an injury that's been an annoyance? Like it doesn't stop you from working, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just like every time you do something at work, you're like, it would be so much better if I didn't have this random lingering
Yeah,
injury.
that's most of my injuries because I've never had an injury that's been debilitating or I need to go to the hospital or anything like that
Same. Thank
before.
God, dude. Knock on wood
Yeah,
for both of us.
I don't know if you heard that, but I was not very hard.
I did. I know as
Uh,
well.
but like I constantly at work get like some kind of minor injury or like just
Mm,
discomfort, and it's like okay, well, just gotta work with it.
yeah.
And it can be anywhere. A lot of times it's my ankles or one of my ankles,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
uh the last time that I remember it was when we were on Firewatch, and with Firewatch we have to go around the entire property to make sure there's no fires. And so every hour on the hour. It's like me and Anthony were doing that day, so we were switching out. But I
Yeah.
think my first time going all the way around, I don't know if I rolled my ankle or if I just put too much pressure on it, something like that happened.
Oh,
Oh no,
yeah.
it wasn't my first time. It was the second time because the second time I decided to do it without shoes. Bad idea. Because
What?
not only did I get holes in my socks,
Yeah.
um, because I also the way I also walk on my feet is not the best because I don't walk flat on my feet, like on the I don't walk straight on my feet. My
Right.
feet I kind of walk like this. And you
Interesting.
can
Okay.
yeah, you can see it in my shoes. Here, let me grab a shoe. Um, if you look at it, it bulges out to this side because all the pressure goes on this end.
What the blazes?
I also have flat feet, so like that doesn't help either because my
Uh,
feet just kind of spill over, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I don't walk straight on my feet. I walk on the sides, not super tremendously like I used to, but just enough to where over time my shoes get messed up from it, and like to the point to where it will slowly but surely pull off the not the sole. Is it the soles of the shoes?
On the
Uh,
bottom?
yeah, the
Yeah.
insoles. It'll
Oh, the.
slowly
Mm-hmm.
detach those over time, and I have to keep
Oh,
replacing those. It's
jeez.
rough, but yeah.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I walked around the whole property, um, and we have to go through or go every hallway, every floor. We have 3 floors. There's over 200 units, so like it usually takes about 20 to 30 minutes to walk the full thing.
Oh,
And by the time I got back, I had just hurt my ankle or like rolled it or again
yeah.
too much pressure, something. And so anytime after that, for like the next couple of days, just walking on my foot, I had to limp because it hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so bogus, dude.
There's a I don't know if I've said this on here before, but I've talked with my cousin about this. She's 22, maybe something like that, and still has the mentality of being young and being like kind of invulnerable.
Oh,
And
I miss those days.
yeah, I really kind of held a lot of happiness in telling my younger friends like, "Hey, you know there's a wall coming up. You're going to hit this
Yeah.
wall and you're not
Oh,
going
I
to
tell people
realize
all
it."
the time. I tell everyone, I'm like, dang, yeah. You know, once you turn 25, that's when everything just goes downhill.
Yeah. Some people have it earlier than that.
Unfortunately,
Hers
yeah.
is she's injured herself twice, I think. To be fair,
Mm-hmm.
she is like extraordinarily active, right? She
Mm-hmm.
played rugby in high school, not in
Oh.
high school, in college. She not professionally, but semi-professionally lifts at the gym.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's like been running to prepare for 10Ks and stuff. Uh, so she's, very active, very prone to get injuries, but she's been so used to getting injured and then bouncing back very quickly that she's been complaining for the last 2 or 3 weeks now. She's like, yeah, it's my like every time I run, my lat band on the outside of my thigh, I really I re-aggravate this thing, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you need to not do that and take breaks, like take a longer break until that thing heals. Because
Because
she
if
keeps
not,
not
it's
letting
just
it
gonna get
heal.
worse.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And she's like, she's had that before. She had something with her knee. And that's just one of these younger folks. I know another guy who is he plays baseball, right? He's been telling us that him and his entire team have randomly been getting injuries
Mm-hmm.
that usually they'd be like, oh man, like it kind of twisted my ankle or sprained my wrist or whatever. And they're like, they'd be fine the next day. Now they're getting to the point where they're like, all right, it was like a week later, and the coaches and like trainers are like, all right, just keep icing it, man. It's gonna be okay. Just give it a couple more days of rest. Getting old is well, the wall. I keep saying getting like old is definitely a mentality, right? You could be
Yeah.
old and you could be like 20. You could be young and you could be like 60. But physically,
Physically, you're
there's a
screwed.
wall. It's a crazy wall too. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
remember my first one, but when things keep happening to me, like this tendon injury on the back, that I'm like, all right, that's gonna be God, I hope that's gone by the end of the day today. Because that would be really annoying if I had to deal with that tomorrow. But I'm probably gonna have to deal with it tomorrow. Hopefully it's gone by Monday, because I gotta start working again on Monday. Then I'm gonna have to start walking again, and it better not be bad. That's why I like thank God it did not impede my ability to walk.
You
Like,
would have
all
been
right,
cooked.
just not gonna exercise it. I'm like, I am tempted because I wanted to go on a run today.
Mm-hmm.
I am tempted to try the run, but I
Okay.
also don't want to aggravate it further.
Why don't we just start with a brisk walk first?
I did 2 walks. I've already done 2
Okay.
walks
Okay.
today, and both times have been fine. But there's a real big difference between the way that I run and the way that I walk.
That's also a lot more pressure.
I don't know how much more it gets involved with the ankle, and particularly that tendon. Feels like it's a lot. So I really don't
Probably.
want to aggravate it, because if I push it, right now, I'm okay. I can walk. But if I push it with a run, and getting more injured to the point where, all right, now I can't walk. Then I'm
Then you're
like,
screwed.
what
Well,
am I doing?
maybe we shouldn't go for a run then. Maybe we should just kind of
Yeah.
chill out.
To be fair, I have a very chill weekend, totally out of nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but I
I'm
love
feeling 22.
I love when things get canceled. We had I had two big things this weekend. I was like, oh man, this is like, yeah, it's fine. Like I got to do it anyway. It did, to be fair, one of them was running D&D, but the other one was like we were gonna go out to like one of my cousins' farm or something like that, and we were all going to go out there and shoot guns. Like, all right, that's gonna be fine and fun. Not really
Mm.
exactly what I want and should be doing this weekend, but that ended up getting canceled, right? I was like, okay, great. My Saturday just totally opened up. And then D&D, which I usually run on Sunday, three of the people that were involved with that are in the same band together. They all had a practice that was going on that Sunday. Like, can we move it to Saturday? And they're like, no, two of us aren't available Saturday. Well, no, all three of them weren't available Saturday. Just like, oh, well, I guess D&D is canceled this weekend. And I went, holy crap, my Sunday just opened up. Oh my God, I have like 2 whole days. Not even counting yesterday, because yesterday, this is a wonderful weekend, man. It's been great. I was sick, quote unquote, deathly sick on a Thursday. And luckily, a game happened to release a coincidentally coincided
Oh,
a release that day.
everything makes so much sense now.
Yeah, I was able to get over my sickness very quickly with the help of this, with this game and plenty of vitamin C and all that, whatever I did. And got to do that on Thursday. Then Friday, I worked a little bit extra hours and then got to finish out the game. And now it's today. And I'm like, we're doing this. I have all afternoon ahead of me to do something and all day tomorrow to do something. Man, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? And I'm thrilled. I'm very excited. And I'm kind of hopped up on caffeine and an energy drink right now as well. So maybe I should pass the hot torch over to you. What are you looking forward to this weekend?
I got nothing going on.
Rats to you. But
no.
you are going out of town next weekend. There's a reason that we're recording this now. Because I'm
gonna be coming back next Saturday, but need some recoup time probably. Yeah, so we're gonna be leaving
next weekend.
We're leaving on Wednesday, and we're coming back on. Or no, we're leaving Thursday, coming back Saturday morning. I kind of also wanted to do a little day trip over to a neighboring town, so might do that day, that also kind of takes up that Saturday, and then just kind of recuperating that Sunday.
Fair.
But for this weekend, I got nothing planned really, so I was just gonna work on stuff and then chill out.
Yeah,
really, yeah. Because I mean, I think I've been having busy weekends prior to this.
Yeah,
for a while.
It's weird to have a weekend of actually nothing going on.
But especially for after a month, being so busy.
Exactly, an entire month where I've been working and then no baked in downtime, which I try and bake in downtime so much for myself because I know that I need it mentally. All of last month was just grind and then not party, but basically, cut loose and then grind and then family and then grind and then another end of the month party kind of thing that happened with friends. And then it was back on the grind again. And now we're still on the grind, but now it's I get to decompress. And I've been really thrilled and excited for a couple of days because I watched Gladiators 1 and 2 back to back. I double featured it.
Hey, yo.
I don't know if you've seen those, but they're...
I think so. I can't say that I have.
The first one's very, very good. It's a classic, it's a movie for dudes, for sure.
We love those movies, though.
Yeah, it's the, ideal male fantasy, basically. The whole wife and child gets murdered. You fight your way up through the Colosseum and kill the dude that killed them. It's pretty awesome, right? It's a great, really cool story. But why I was so excited about it is because one of the factions in Anio, in my D&D world, is not directly Roman. It's not the Roman Empire, but there are heavy Roman themes in it. For example, they have a Colosseum. They are a nation of warriors, basically, and they literally have legions. The legions of Lothor. There's like
We
30 of
are
them.
Legion.
Yeah, I mean, it's the largest military force in my world. They've conquered most of the world, and they are a major foe and friend, depending on which side of the conflict you fall on. They're an important figure in the world, and I have the concept in my head for the actual plot that you do while you play through that as the players, or in narrative form or whatever. And a lot of the set pieces are already there, but mainly in my mind. I don't think I've written out the madness of the flowchart that I have for for the other two campaigns.
Mm-hmm,
I don't have the flowchart for the fourth campaign yet, which is the Lothor arc. But after having watched these
I need to be there for that one.
Yeah.
I demand it.
There's I think there's a group of people that are interested in joining these campaigns that I'm actually kind of not sure what to do about. I have more people than I can deal with, and I'm like, all right, I don't know what to do. I'll deal with that. Good problem to have. I'll deal with it when I get there.
Mm-hmm.
But after watching Gladiators 1 and 2, I am so Romaned up right now that I've been thinking for like 3 days. Well, yeah, when did I watch these? I think this was on Wednesday, maybe, that I watched both of these. For a couple of days now, I've been thinking, all right, I need to that campaign has been running through my head of like, okay, there are some of my things that are similar to how the Romans are, some of them that are not. In particular, I don't have like a petulant ruler, which in the first one, I forget the name of the guy, but Joaquin Phoenix plays him, and he's sort of like the child of the former emperor, and is sort of the bad guy throughout the entire thing, like the big main bad. And then in the second one, there are twins. I think they're twins, or maybe they're fraternal brothers or something like that. But there are like twin emperors, and they're kind of the bad guys throughout the entire thing. Not quite as much as Joaquin did, but I don't have that petulant ruler. I have a god who rules the Colosseum and is kind of the patron of the entire civilization. But then there's also the king/emperor who is not a petulant child. And I'm like, I don't want to just steal the petulant child thing.
I don't think you should do that.
It's
fine to not do that. You could just vibe.
Like, he's honestly, his character is not really fully developed. If I'm being totally honest, he's kind of just there because I know I need one. And it's like him and his child that are sort of just in charge of everything, and then the god is really the main ruler.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of need to figure out what their interaction with the plot is and how all that goes together. And that's kind of what's been like running through my head the past couple of days after watching these two Roman, movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm considering that's what I'm going to be doing the back half of this day and tomorrow.
Is kind of figuring out where you're gonna, what you're gonna steal.
Try and put together a rough flowchart, and see if I need to borrow any of these ideas. Like, how does Azaran fit in? How does his child fit in? Like, which of these? Because it's a very politically themed one. I believe I've spoken about Menzo Baranzan's spider chart before.
Yeah.
That's the concept. And I'm like, all right, I could basically copy this format and then put in my own stuff there and like actually draw out these lines, because I feel like once I have the map together, the map together, I'll be able to put together all this other stuff. Actually, yesterday, my cousin, the one that keeps injuring herself, she was saying that I have a voice very similar to Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh my god, I can absolutely see it.
And I went, that's kind of funny. That's not a good thing for me.
What do you mean? Hiccup, he's so iconic, though.
I know he has an iconic, annoying voice. I'm like, no, that can't be me. That can't be me. I just have to go more high into my nose, and
That's actually perfect. Oh my
then it's
god.
basically just hiccup. And I'm
That's
like, oh
literally just hiccup.
no,
Oh my, that's kind of scary.
we have to protect the dragons. You just gestured to all of me. Yeah, see, it's a real problem. I need to get my voice. It's been going. It's been going
You
into
ever
my
thought about voice
nose.
acting?
Oh, I forget the name of the guy that actually does who voices Hiccup.
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, Jay Baruchel.
Who's that?
I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Who else does he play? Does he play anybody else I might know?
Not in that. He's in a couple of live action ones. He's like a
Okay.
comedy actor.
A comedian, even.
Yeah. No, but that, yeah, it's. I don't know, man.
I don't have any voices I could do like consistently well.
I'm not trying to sound like Hiccup.
I don't sound like anybody cool, but whatever.
Hiccup's not cool.
Fine.
Hiccup's not cool.
He literally trains all the dragons. What are you talking about? What's a voice I can do? I can kind of do Mickey Mouse, but I don't want to get demonetized for that.
I don't think I could demonetize you for doing a high pitched.
It's
voice.
the mouse, man.
Oh! I guess if you hit his classic catchphrase, "I am Mickey Mouse."
I am Mickey Mouse. Well.
The crazy thing is, I didn't practice that Hiccup voice at all. By the way,
that's so funny.
I just went. Maybe I should try and make my voice sound more nasally, and then I went right up into my nose there. Not great.
You sound like Hiccup, but specifically if he was trying to sound high class.
A high class Hiccup.
I guess that's what you just sound like. Yeah, you sound like.
I guess that's something.
You sound like you're a mob, not a mob boss, but you're one of the mob cronies.
A mob crony. Oh yeah.
Like, what are you looking at over there?
This warehouse.
Yeah, specifically from the 50s.
The boss. The boss said to keep our eyes out for people like you.
You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
You better turn around and go back where you came, copper.
Wait a minute. What voices can I do?
You know what? I think I'm totally coming back around on energy drinks. I feel so much better when I actually have.
Remember when you were like, remember?
Yes, I do remember. I remember crushing monsters.
I remember when. It was bad. Like you would have. Yeah. It was part of your daily ritual.
I had at least one every day. I mean, I'd buy them from Walmart all the time.
You're the reason why I started drinking Monsters.
They're super handy. Yeah, they're the best. I like them a lot. Unfortunately, I haven't had one in a very long time.
I specifically enjoyed the White Monsters.
White Monster is the best flavor. Plus, zero sugar or low sugar, but the rest of them are weird. I haven't had another one that I've liked. Only the white one.
I think I like the pinkish reddish one. That's also a sugar-free one.
I
don't remember. I think that one tasted like a Jolly Rancher, like is either watermelon or one of the red ones.
The regular green Monster, I think, tasted like Skittles or Smarties or something like that.
I don't know. I didn't like it too much.
It was just too intense. The white one has its own unique flavor and isn't overpowering. Yeah, it's nice. Problem is, I don't have any time to actually drink these anymore. Not time, but back in the day, I would have a project going on that I would need the energy for. Working on a film set. You crush a monster and you're like, all right, I'm good to go for the next 2 hours. Now it's like, all right, well, I'm working for 7 hours in a day here. I can't be drinking, Monster Energy the entire time. I'm like, all right, let's coffee my way back up a little bit, and then coffee my way back up a little bit a couple of hours later. And then obviously I wanted higher energy for this, so I had coffee with the first one, and an energy drink with the second one.
Wait a minute. You said you're going to stop drinking energy drinks, Jonathan. What's going on?
I didn't say I would stop. Well,
you did. You're like, yeah, I'm never gonna have an energy drink ever again.
I don't recall that being on record, but they serve a purpose.
Let me go find it. How do I edit audio?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do have. Oh man, I think I have 4 or 5 more of these in the fridge, and then I have a whole nother case of 12.
Jesus.
I think I got them last year and have not drunk them. Just because I got them on a promotion and just I don't really drink energy drinks. I do with D&D. I will 100%.
Oh, there's an airplane going over. That was
Nice.
weird.
My thing is with
Better be an
D&D.
airplane.
I will make a cup of coffee with like, some protein in it. That'll be a nice. That'll be my first thing, and then I will switch to the energy drink halfway. Not switch to it, but when I finish the coffee, that's when I open the energy drink, and that will carry me through the first and second half of like a 5-hour game. Granted, I universally get to the end of running D&D for 5 hours, and I go from where I'm sitting right now, 3 feet to my right, fall into the bed and go to sleep. That has been what has happened every time. I'm like, thanks for playing, everybody. We'll see you all next week. I will do a poll in the chat of Saturday, Sunday, which day's better. Bye. And then I will stand up and go, just collapse into the bed.
I see.
And like, I just need to take a break for a minute.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry about that.
Jeez. So they do work. Energy drinks do work. They provide power. It's like getting carved up. Feels very nice to be carved up.
It does feel very nice to be. It feels very nice to have a lot of energy, especially when you don't feel like you have a lot of energy.
Yeah, it's my problem 99% of the time.
Deadass. I can agree. Also, don't pay attention to me. I've been doing something in the background.
I know. I've been hearing you click and work.
I was making a meme for a Discord, for one of my other Discords.
Multitasking.
Yeah, you gotta do that on the job.
Something mental health wise.
I ain't got nothing to talk about mental health wise. I'm doing good today.
Well, that's good. I feel like I haven't.
So let's talk about John's mental health.
Say what?
Let's talk about your mental health. I know you don't talk about it, but maybe this is...
No, I mean, I don't really, because I feel like I just don't have a grasp on it.
Well, you got a grasp on your physical health. I got a grasp on... I got like a loose grip on mental health. So
maybe my mom wouldn't want me to say this, but she was saying earlier today. She told me she kind of half quoted something that you said last time.
Oh no!
That she liked. She was like, "This is a really good quote," and then she said something along like, "I think there's a lot of like really nice quotes like this." And she attributed it to your. Well, no, she attributed it to your time in the therapy space. Like, you're more in tune with these sort of higher functions of like why people kind of tick the way that they do.
Yeah, I like to think so. I pay attention to people a lot more than I let on.
Yeah.
I just tend to forget a lot. So it's not relevant until it becomes relevant again. And they're like, oh wait, is that why?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to think I'm very in tune with the mental health. Gotta be, so you don't be crazy.
Yeah, true. Most of my stuff recently in regards to mental health, I guess, it's just been a lot of, I don't even know how to can it up in a couple of words, but it's been a lot of future, just concerned about the future. Now, in regards to my own mental health and the future, I don't know how to quite phrase that together. It's just like, well, what do I want out of not life? That seems like a really deep question to ask myself. I mean,
you're at that age where we're both at that age where you really get existential about it. Before this is, we're at a quarter life crisis again.
Yeah, pretty much. Right. So maybe a third of a life if I'm getting to 90.
Fair enough.
But I don't know. I've just thought a lot about the past couple of years. I've been very reminiscent's not the right word, but like I've had a lot of time in the last month to think about the last 4 years of my life, like living down here with my grandmother before she passed. And now going forward, like I got a lot of life. You know what I mean? There's a lot of life out there.
There's a lot of life out there.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm not taking advantage of it, but I don't know. I've just had a lot of weird thoughts that I haven't had a lot recently. Like, yesterday, the past 2 days-ish, I kind of just took some time off and played video games. Like, I love playing video games. I haven't liked playing video games for a very long time.
And that's so real. I
Yeah, I
definitely
just
get that.
haven't felt the desire to do it. I haven't felt the need to. Like, every time I try and get on, I would be too fatigued to do that. I'm like working on a computer
Deadass.
all day and then turning around and working on another computer.
Staring at the screen even longer.
Brutal.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good
yeah.
for your eyes, for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
No,
And so
I get
it's like,
that.
oh, maybe I should just try and go out more. Like, I do not go out. I think I had a bit of a momentary panic earlier today because I had to go pick up the dogs from their grooming appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to turn on my car and it didn't turn on. And I went, up, this is it. The battery's gone. And then I saw a little pop-up and it was like, hey, put the key fob in the car, please. And I went, oh, sorry.
This
and
guy.
I dropped my keys outside and went, oh, okay, it does start.
If you're worried about your car not starting, then just take it for a drive around the block like every couple of days.
Yeah, they say do that like once a week. You know how annoying that is? It's like walking your dog. I don't really like walking these dogs.
But once you turn it into a routine, you're going to be like, oh, I'm so glad that I did this because now I don't have to worry about my car not working no more. It's just like any kind of routine maintenance for anything that you do. You're literally doing routine maintenance on yourself. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, it's annoying. It's too much work. You've been spent the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the exact same reason why you were in a room that did not have central lighting for 4 or 5 days.
It was 2 days. First, actually, it was only 1 day. That's different.
Concept.
No, it's same concept. Not. It was actually only 1 day.
When a car mechanic's car starts to break down, they don't fix it immediately because they're so used to fixing cars at their work. Why would they, spend time fixing the car?
Hard disagree. First of all, are you a car mechanic? I don't think so.
No, that's what I'm saying. My maintenance on myself does not qualify me to do maintenance on my car.
I hard disagree with
your.
I hard disagree with your analogy of the car mechanic. I do maintenance at home.
Mm-hmm.
The only things I don't do maintenance on is like appliances because it's like if we can get it replaced, then let's just let them replace it because I'm not going to sit here and try to fix it for them. But like, I was without a light because we don't have any light bulbs at home. I got a light bulb from work and I brought it home. I fixed toilets. I fixed a lot of stuff at home because it's easier for me to do that and do the maintenance for it than to wait for somebody else to do it for me.
True. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it is different because you don't really know how to work on a car to my knowledge, but you could prevent having to have your car worked on and spend more time, money, effort, and stress by just turning on your car every couple of days.
I could do that, yes. But the problem is,
oh my God, John,
getting myself out there.
I know you're afraid to go outside, John.
It's so annoying. That was one of the other things. I was like, I'm not afraid to go outside. I just don't do it. I don't have a need to.
But that could be your need to. That could be something to change up your routine a little bit.
That's why I feel like I need to go out and do more things, but I don't know what those things that I want to do. Like, okay, for example, right? I have run twice this week. Well, sort of, in the past 2 weeks. I know there are runners clubs around here.
Mm-hmm.
I have my entire life, I have very much stated and I've stood by the fact that I am not a joiner. I do not join things. I don't join a group. I don't join a club. I'll do my own thing. And it's going to be the way that I do it because I don't know. That's just how I've always been. Call it independent. Call it stubbornness. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a joiner. I've been invited to a lot of groups. To humble brag, I'm a popular person. I do not always join these groups because I just don't want to. I don't feel the need to. I don't want to be bound to other people's groups.
Then go out for yourself.
Exactly. But then it's just me wandering around like,
what's wrong with that?
Hike, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
I know. The thing is, the theory that I've been devising in my head is that I think, I've probably said this on here before, where I went for about 4 months in college without interacting with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like not my freshman, but my sophomore year of college. After I moved out from my first roommates and moved into a different dorm, and I never got another roommate in that dorm. Like, that was how I had made friends the first time around, because
Mhm.
I forcibly into proximity. But the second time around, it was me going to class. And then I think I was in the short film club at that point, but didn't really know anybody in there and was, like a newbie and totally didn't really know what was going on. And then, we just go back to the dorm. I didn't have any not exterior, but like not related to learning friends, right? They were all
Mhm.
workplace proximities. Granted, I made some later on, but I decided to do a test on myself where I went 4 whole months without really interacting with anybody beyond school, right? It was homework or it was learning how to do film stuff, and that was it. Uh, I found out things about myself in that time. One of them being, all right, I kind of need people at a certain point. As much as I want to pretend to be somebody that doesn't need people,
Mhm.
I think, uh, everybody says that the human being is a social animal, a social creature, and they require people to function normally. Otherwise, their physiology gets off.
Mhm.
And that was one of the things that I have been thinking about this last week. Is I don't think I'm interacting with enough variety of people, and I think my physiology is starting to tell me that I need to go interact with more people, because that's the only thing I can think of, right? Like, I
Mhm.
interact with my immediate family and my small group of friends that I've known for a while, but most of it's not physically. It's all done over the internet, or yeah, literally over the internet and outside of my family. And they're busy and I'm busy, and we're kind of doing our own thing. Like, I don't have a random group of new people that I want to meet.
Mhm. I get
I'm just
that.
not, yeah, I'm not interacting with enough people, and I feel like my brain is not stimulating in that way, and it's causing me to think things that I don't like.
No. Well, it sounds to me, I'm not a therapist.
Right.
I'm not a therapist.
Sure.
But I have been told this before by a therapist,
Okay.
which is it sounds like you know what you need to do, you just don't want to do it.
This is why I can't go to therapy. I know what I need to do. I know exactly what I need to do because I'm a genius. I can self-therapize and diagnose
Mm.
myself.
Oh yeah. That you can do all that all you want, but unless you do something with it, it doesn't matter.
True, yeah.
Cuz I mean, let's be honest, you could oh man, I feel like I'm mimicking a lot of things I've learned now. Uh
Oh, hopefully
I've been
so.
in a lot of therapy my life,
Sure.
post adulthood, since adulthood, I should say, rather.
Right.
And like, I've learned a lot of things. I've picked up a lot of skills. I've learned a lot about myself, and I can figure out a lot of things. That's why I journal so much, and why,
Mm.
like last week when I read my journal,
Yeah.
uh, it sounded like I was talking to myself and working through it as I wrote, because that's how I process my stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, but I'm very hyper aware, and I'm very emotionally intelligent. I don't know. I know what's going on, but sometimes you can know what's going on and not know what to do with it, or you can't do anything with it, and you
Right.
might need to have that extra push from somebody or to do something
Mm.
about it, because you could sit here and be like, yeah, I know all the problems that are wrong with me, and then if you go to a therapist with that, they can either
Yeah.
help you or not know how to help you. But it's very much like you have your answers, or you have the reason why. What are you gonna do with that? If you just
Mm.
talk about it, cool. That's not gonna change nothing if there's no action that goes with it.
I suppose so. Yeah.
So you've got your theory, but you can't make what's it called? A theory doesn't become a law. I forgot what the reasoning is. That it's a science thing. Hold on. How does a theory become a law? I have a really good
Got to
analogy. I
go through the House of
swear.
Congress, or you could just do an executive order.
No, no, no. I'm talking about scientific theory. Let's see, scientific theory, it explains the why, and the law summarizes a set of observations as natural phenomena. You can't create a law. You can't create a law without action in the theory. That's kind of where I'm. It's really cool in my head. I swear. What I'm
Okay.
saying is, you can. God dang it. Okay, let me simplify this if I can. You know how people what's the word? They not materialize. They manifest. People will
Yeah,
manifest. People
sure.
will want for things. People will send prayers to their different religious deities or beings and everything like that. But a
Right.
lot of people have a tendency to just do that part. They want to manifest. They put in like they are like, I want to manifest this, so I'm gonna do the work to manifest it. I have these prayers, and I'm just gonna lift it up, and that's it. But if there's no action that goes into it, then there's not really anything that can actually happen with it.
Right. Right.
Uh, and so that also works in your case. You know that you need to go talk to people. You know that you need to interact with people. But if you don't do it, then what's the point in talking about? And I don't mean that in a rude way, but it's very
Yeah.
much like
Yeah.
uh that's more of me, that's more like the harsh reality that I had to learn
Yeah.
of my own mental stuff is I could sit here and talk about it all day, but if I don't do anything about it, I'm just talking about it's like I'm just talking about it as if it's just a wall. But the wall has a door. I just have to open the door for myself. Until I open that door, I'm just going to keep talking to this wall or believing that this is a wall, I should say. Um
Interesting.
yeah, there was a lot of lost in translation stuff here, but um yes, go talk to people. Go make friends with people. It's not fun per se to try
Right.
to make new friends or new connections with people. Especially if things don't mesh well and if you're a solitary creature like yourself.
Right.
But at the end of the day, why not?
See, that's the solitary creature thing is that's been like my shtick.
Oh, I'm
For
aware.
I have been the alpha wolf, the Lone
And
Ranger.
the lone wolf, more like it. You're not the alpha part. Sorry,
Fine,
bud.
fine. Yeah, I'm the ugly duckling that got cast out of the herd. Yeah, yeah, I got you.
No, you didn't get cast out of the herd. You left the herd yourself.
Yeah, yeah. I went, y'all people are all yellow. I'm out of here. No, but yeah, for the longest time, I've been like, lone wolf. We
Absolutely.
ranger this thing up, right? And more recently, like especially in regards to mental health, right? And in regards
Mm-hmm.
to physical health, um, I see all, I don't remember if I was saying this in this episode or the one we just recorded, but breaking through that like 20% body fat range is a real challenge for a lot of people. And
Mm-hmm.
what a lot of the people that I look at online, they all say like it's very difficult to get through this, but it gets easier when you have a coach taking all of
Mm-hmm.
this stuff out of there. So I'm like, all right, well, I've never used a coach. I think I would resent myself for using a coach, but maybe not. But, that would be me relying on somebody else to do that, right? Mental health. Have I
Sounds like
been,
you're hyper independent.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Have I been in charge of my own mental health forever? Yes. Does it seem like getting somebody else involved in your mental health only has positive things? Yeah, it seems like that. But again, I would, not want to use somebody else to handle my mental health and
Mm-hmm.
would probably resent myself for relying on somebody else to do my mental health, right? So, mental health, not spiritual health, physical health, right? All of this like stuff. I'm like, all right, well, my whole thing has been kind of just doing it myself because I can. But am I the question, I guess one of the questions I've been asking myself is like, am I getting to a point where I have to have other people involved in this because I can no longer handle it all by myself? Because that's just what humanity is, and I am not transcendent from humanity. I am
You're
just a human.
unfortunately you are just a human,
Literally.
despite your own hype.
Yeah.
And
Like
there's nothing wrong with getting help, despite the belief that you can do it all on your own, and you possibly could. But that doesn't mean that it's gonna be easier to do
right.
it by yourself. Uh, as a resident hyper independent person who hates asking people for help as well.
Sure.
Uh, I've had to force myself to ask people for help or reach out to people for things in the
Mm.
past. And at the time, hated that I had to do it. Felt
Yeah.
disgusting, awful, so upset with myself, especially back when I was still in college and working part-time jobs and struggling to pay rent, and I
Mm.
had to reach out to to help get to get help for rent. That was probably the worst times I've had to ask for help.
Oh, yeah.
Lately, because I've broken through that threshold of I have to do everything by myself.
Mm.
Um, I still don't like to do it, and I've also reached a point where I don't need to. But
Right.
if I needed to, I could. It would still suck, but it wouldn't feel like the end of the world if I did. Because I mean, like
Sure.
you said, it's only natural to want to ask for help if you need it.
Yeah.
Um, and heck, I mean, it hasn't evolved like that for everything. Because I mean, look at all of my what's it called, my writing stuff. Look at all of my little projects. I'm doing those all by myself, and they don't get any more progress because I don't sit here and ask anybody for help. Like UJS, my sister has offered to help me several times,
Yeah.
and I keep telling her I appreciate it. I want to get through the first pass of everything first, and then I'll get people to work on it. But because I want to do that way and not
Mm.
have anybody else's input right now,
Yeah.
I've kind of stonewalled myself in that
Hold on. Can
regard.
we pause here for just a sec? I gotta go to the bathroom so bad.
Okay, that's
Should I
cool.
just stop this?
No, it's cool. I will keep talking.
You want to yap? It'll take
Yeah,
me
I
just like
can
a
yap a little
minute.
bit.
All right. Tell them about your creative process in UJS.
All right, so he doesn't know that I stopped talking, and this is kind of funny. I kind of want to just sit here and wait in silence. But I won't do that. So UJS is, I've talked about it before. It's one of my many creative endeavors. Um, and long story short, it's something that I started back in fourth grade, and I've just been adding to it more and more. And then one day, me and John were just talking about things that we created, or like stories that we've written before, and I brought up UJS to him. And this was like 4 or 5 years ago now. This was like the first like 2 years that we've known each other, and I told him all about it. And then we sat and basically worked on writing all the stuff, all of my ideas down, and then turning it into a cohesive story, and then putting it in episode form because it's gonna turn into an anime essentially. Um, and I was working real hard on that for over a year, or for several years really, and I finished the entire first draft of the first season. And I'm supposed to have sent that out to multiple people to get their editorial skills on it. I sent it to John before. He hasn't sent it back. I don't care what he says. I'll have to resend it to him, I guess. But after that, it's like, okay, I'm sending this out to people to get their input on it. My brain says, now that I'm asking other people for help on it, this isn't my own project anymore. So I don't want to do it no more. And so that's kind of where we are with that. It sucks because I would love to not be like that so I could continue working on it because it's planned out to have like 5 or 6 seasons and a couple of movies. And it would just be my version of My Hero Academia, but not at all. Um, and because of that, I've stonewalled myself with that process because I've sent that out to other people. And now my brain is like, oh, I'm sending this out to people so they can give me their input. So in a way, that's me asking for help on my project. And since I'm doing that, I no longer feel like this is my project and I can't work on it anymore. Which I would love to break out of that so I can get back to that. But I'm also working on other projects right now too. And for some things, I've reached points where I'm just like, I have this idea, and I'm tired. That's kind of the process I have now. Is I have this idea, and I have resources I can use to try to make it happen. So I'm gonna stop making excuses and waiting for somebody else to make it happen and do it myself. Hence why I started working on this comic. But yes, you stonewall yourself if you don't ask for help after a while. Is kind of the gist, especially if you need help from other people. You might also stonewall yourself after you ask for help too, but I think that's just more of a mental block kind of deal.
how are you supposed to change your mentality if that's been your mentality your entire life, basically?
Well, how are you supposed to change your eating habits and your weight if that's been your mentality for so long?
Adopting other people's systems.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
find somebody to mimic. I
yeah.
don't
I
know.
suppose. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, for me, I had to stop doing that in terms of life reasons for asking for help, because if I had to do it out of necessity, essentially.
Yeah.
But because of the other stuff isn't out of necessity, I haven't worked through that part yet.
Mm.
Um, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where you just kind of do it, even if your gut saying, no, I don't want to." Because at the end of the day, it could be for the betterment of yourself.
True. Yeah.
Uh, so like, and if you think about it, getting somebody to be a coach for you, somebody who kind of knows this stuff, is good, because then you don't have to sit here and wonder or do research on stuff. You can just be like, "Hey, I have a question about this," and they're like, "Yeah, what's up?" And you ask them, you get your answer, boom. Instead of having to do like hours and upon hours of research and trying to find the right methods. And also, if you get a coach, they might even have a better method than what you're doing. They might have, they might even have a way for you to cut down faster and not feel like you're gonna die.
That would be lovely. Yeah. Yeah, the
But you won't
downside is
know.
that's interacting with a stranger that I don't
Yeah,
know if I would like them. And that's kind of one of my big hurdles is like
fair enough.
I think the other day I had a chance to reconnect with like a very old friend of mine and I went,
Mhm.
"Ah, I just don't have the time to reconnect with them
Mhm.
or the like will to do that." They're like, we'd have to do a whole bunch of catch up. It'd be like an awkward kind of meeting. I don't know what we would be doing. So I just went, you know what? It's fine. I don't need to do this. And that was granted, that was something that I knew a very long time ago. It's like, all right, well, what if this was just like a totally random stranger? For
Mhm.
example, right? If I go and do this 10K thing that my cousins are preparing for, which I feel that I am capable of doing. But it's
Mhm.
been described to me a couple of times that uh, you kind of get to interact with a bunch of like random people and yeah, I'd be there with my cousins and whatnot, but it could also be a fun chance to just go and meet random new people,
Mhm.
which is I feel good for my just stimulating my brain is kind of a nice thing that I feel like I need to be doing more
Yeah.
because right now I just spend so much time in my own head, writing and working, listening to music, doing whatever I'm doing. It's like I kind of need to go just change the pace because the
100%.
pace is so the same. It's so comfort
Comfortable?
space. Yeah, yeah. Comfort zone, right? It's like
Mhm.
totally my comfort zone right now is like where I'm living. I haven't left my comfort zone in a very long time,
Mhm.
which means like, all right, maybe I need to break out of this comfort zone and try and push myself a little bit further. But doing that's a very intimidating concept.
I absolutely agree. I'm in a very similar space
Hmm.
in that regard. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been living here for the last like 4 or 5 years now, and
Yeah.
I don't really have a future plan at the moment, if I'm being completely honest with you.
I
But I think it's
I
all
feel that.
about the mindset you go into it with.
Mm,
Cuz like on the one hand, oh, you have to, there's going to be a lot of people here that you don't know. You're going to have to be doing some small talk. Who knows how that's going to be? It can be really
right.
intimidating. But on the other side, if you think about it, you are just making small talk with strangers. You're not trying to, per se, make connections or like
Hmm.
make long lasting friendships. It's just a little bit of chit chat. And while this can be intimidating, there's not really any plans to make a lasting connection or a lasting impact on these people's lives. So it's
Yeah.
not super like crazy or super, it's not a super big thing.
Hmm.
It's just going for a little run, a little walk with your cousins and just chit-chatting with people you've never met before.
I just think I don't meet a lot of people my age
Mm-hmm.
And that
There's
is,
nothing wrong with that.
well, no, not inherently. For the longest time, I've been like, yeah, we're all adults, right? An
Yeah.
adult is an adult, but I'm kind of like, there's kind of a big difference between a 30-year-old adult and like a 60-year-old adult.
I
Like very
mean,
different
yeah.
for the most part. You know, I can't box everybody, and like there are people that are 60 that have the mentality of 30-year-olds, and 30-year-olds that are like, you know, me, don't do anything.
Fair enough.
It's like, yeah, we gotta.
I mean,
I don't know. This
that's plethora of
generation's really
people.
weird, and I'm part of the weird part of the generation.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
not social people.
you and me, we're in that age range,
Yeah.
where it's in between generations.
Mm.
And I think all of us in that in between space aren't super social.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just because that's just how it be sometimes. But that's not something that has to stay that way.
Mm.
It's something that can change. Doesn't make you less of a lone wolf. You could very much be a lone wolf that goes and talks to people sometimes. That goes out a little
True.
bit. Just vibes. Because I mean, I feel the same way because I don't do much.
Mm.
I go to work. I'm at home. That's really all I do. I
Yeah.
used to go out a lot, or not like to the bar or anything, but like us every now and again, every couple of months, I'd go out to the bars with some friends, or sometimes
Yeah.
where I'm like, I just need to get out the house. I'll just go out to like have a date with myself, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just get out the house, go somewhere, do something. But I feel like you and me, we're kind of in that age where it's like we have to go out and do something, or we are gonna slowly become more of a shut-in. And while that's
Pretty
not
much.
the worst thing,
Right.
it's not the best thing either.
Yeah, I think one of the big problems that I have is that going out, yeah, it would be cool, but I have the ability to also meet people like in here, right? Right here, if I set up my virtual reality stuff,
Uh-huh.
I could go meet people in like virtual spaces,
I mean,
like
why do you
VR
think VR
chat or
chat
whatever.
is
Yeah,
so big?
exactly. So I'm like, I see videos all the time of people in like literally a club scene inside of there with 100 people inside. They're all like interacting and like, I don't know, having a great time or whatever they're doing. I'm like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool and very safe because I could just like turn that off whenever I
don't know.
don't want
Phantom
to.
Pain is very real.
Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
I just think
I mean,
that was a weird thought that I had. I was like, I have the ability to go into VR. Why don't I do that more often? Is it the concept of meeting people? Because I've tried like 3 or 4 times to get into it, and each time I've gone, this is like really daunting, having to learn all the stuff that I need to do, and I never ended up finding anybody either. All I did was like wander around through
just
a
go
couple
to the
of
wrong
worlds.
places, probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
literally, I need like a guide. I think to go.
So it
I need
sounds like
someone
you
to bring
need
me
a.
to the party and go, "Hey, everyone, this is John."
So it sounds like you need somebody to help you.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
This is crazy how we go full circle, no matter what.
I've tried to watch the videos where they're like, here's how to get started in VR chat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like a 20-minute video.
Yeah.
Any other game I can just boot up and it'll be fine. Why is this such a hassle?
You know, like my sister, she's been pretty big on VR chat with her friends, and she's met a lot of people online that way. And me personally, I'm like, how do you do that? I could never. But that's just because I'm not a social person like that. I don't talk to people like that.
Sure.
But my sister, she's always been a lot more not energetic, what's it called? Extroverted and social. And so like just seeing the difference in me and my siblings' social life is crazy. Because like my brother, he's similar to you. He's a lot more lone wolf. And like he has his friends, but a lot of his friends are online, but he does still go out and do stuff with people. He's got a girlfriend. My brother's got a girlfriend, which is crazy. And like he hangs out with her a lot, and that's pretty cool too. Maybe that's what you need. You just need you need a partner, but you don't talk to people. So like I feel like a parent right now. Yeah, when you get married and have grandkids.
That is such a process that I can't even. That is another thing I can't even.
We'll talk about that another time. We don't need to get involved with that right now.
Yeah,
because good Lord, I don't need to. I don't want to get into that part of your brain right now. Yeah,
me neither, man.
Maybe that'll be on the Patreon.
It's one of the locked doors
We'll
in the basement.
we'll
Yeah.
do a Patreon episode, and we'll do a what's it called? One of those dating shows. It'll be what's it called? The Bachelor. We'll do a Bachelor episode for you.
Perfect. Yeah. Problem solved. We are actually at time for our for this pre-episode.
Yeah.
Any final words for the people?
It's okay to ask for help. There's nothing wrong with it, even if it feels like there is. Being hyper independent is good, but it's not the best thing for you either. There's nothing wrong with needing somebody else's help. Again, as somebody who who still struggles with that, a lot of times it's a trauma response. So maybe you might need to unpack why that is. And then also just like we said in one of the last episodes, go and touch grass. Have fun, find new people to meet, and just make some cool friends, I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with interacting with new people.
Nothing wrong with making small talk. Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yes, we are, John.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.